Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour. So I have 3 shelves in my room, so I'm going to be doing a part 1 and part 2 video just to break it up a little bit. I'll tally up all the books at the end and we'll see how many I have on all 3 shelves. So let's get to it. So we're going to start with this bookshelf. There's some missing from the top because I took the Lux series to Vancouver. Flawed by Cecilia Ahern, Heartless by Marissa Meyer, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, Panic by Lauren Oliver, Haven by Christy Cook, Mirage by Christy Cook, Eternal by Christy Cook, and Anti-Goddess by Kendare Blake. So this is my Harry Potter shelf plus Illuminae, but on the top I have this office stationery set, just a Harry Potter poster book. Then I also have this A Case of Beasts, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling, The Tales of the Beetle and the Bart by J.K. Rowling, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by J.K. Rowling, another copy of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by J.K. Rowling. I think this one's the actual book and this one's the screenplay. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, and Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling, and then Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and The Deathly Hallows, Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. So behind the Harry Potter shelf, I have The Tale of Despereaux by Kate DiCamillo, The Other Side of the Island by Allegra Goodman, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain, Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, which I now realize I have 3 copies of Treasure Island, Sparrow Road by Sheila O'Connor, Trapped by Michael Northrop, Three Willows, The Sisterhood Grows by Anne Brashares, All Our Pretty Songs by Sarah McCarry, Girl Stolen by April Henry, Bad Girls Don't Die by Katie Allender, The Debutante by Catherine Williams, Don't Expect Magic by Kathy McCullough, Every Day by David Leviathan, Immortal Beloved by Kate Tiernan. So the next shelf, I just have a cute little stuffy on here that my cousin got me. So now it's my Rick Riordan shelf, plus some Rochelle Mead. So Percy Jackson, The Olympians, The Ultimate Guide, The Lightning Thief, Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. I also have The Trials of Apollo, The Hidden Oracle, The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan, The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, and The Son of Neptune. And we have Bloodlines by Rochelle Mead and The Golden Lily of Intertwined by June Showalter. So behind the Percy Jackson shelf, we have Incarceron by Catherine Fisher and Safik by Catherine Fisher. We have Afterwards by Rosamund Lupton, Ravaged by David Wellington, Deadly by Julie Chibaro, Dead to You by Lisa McMahon, These Boots Are Made for Stalking by Lissy Harrison, Beauty Queens by Libba Bray, So Close to You by Rachel Carter, Dead and the Buried by Kim Harrington. Damn, I went through a dead phase in high school. So the next shelf, we have Sweet Evil by Wendy Higgins, Sweet Peril, Sweet Reckoning, and Sweet Temptation. We have Soundless by Rochelle Mead. On the top, we have Through the Zombie Glass by Gina Showalter, have Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, Frostbite, Shadow Kiss, and Spirit Bound. The Young Elites by Marie Lu, Legend by Marie Lu, Prodigy, and Champion. On this shelf, I have 13 Gifts by Wendy Mass, The Secret of the Redgate Farm by Carolyn Keene, Poison by Molly Cochran, Everlast by Andrea Buchanan, Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin, That Fatal Night, The Titanic Diary of Dorothy Wilton, We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, Slated by Terry? Prophecy Girl by Cecilia White, Darker Still by Leanna Renee Heber, Invisibility by Andrew Creamer and David Leviathan, The Revenant by Sonia Gensler, Abandoned by Meg Cabot, Worlds of Ink and Shadow by Lena Coakley. So on this shelf, I have a Supernatural game just at the top. I have The Queen of Zombie Hearts by Gina Showalter, and I know they're everywhere on my bookshelves. I have 4 by Veronica Roth, Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant. Then I have Daughter of the Siren Queen by Tricia Levenseller, The Darkest Minds by Alexander Bracken, Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, Clockwork Prince, City of Bones, City of Ashes, and The Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy. So on the back of that shelf I have Monument 14 by Emmy Leyburn, The Line by Terry Hall, Strange Angels by Lily St. Croix, Jealousy by Lily St. Croix, and Betrayals by Lily St. Croix. I have Even Adam by Michael Grant, Juliet Immortal by Stacey J, Fates by Lainey Bross, Anomaly by Tanya Cooper, The Awakening by Kelly Armstrong, Omens by Kelly Armstrong, Time Machine by H.G. Wells, Fallen Angel by Heather Terrell, Once in a Full Moon by Ellen Schreiber, Slammed by Colleen Hoover, Variant by Robinson Wells, and Everlost by Neil Shusterman. On this shelf I have A Mad Zombie Party by Gina Showalter, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. Then I have Aragon by Christopher Polini, Eldest, and Brizinger, Ruby Red by Kirsten Gear, Sapphire Blue, and Emerald Green. Then I have Dream a Little Dream by Kirsten Gear, and Dream On. Then behind those ones I have Evermore by Alison Noel, Blue Moon, Shadowland, Dark Flame, Night Star, and Everlasting. Also by Alison Noel I have Shimmer and Radiance, Eternal by Gillian Shields, Immortal, Destiny, and Betrayal. And I also have this For a Beautiful Daughter gift book. So this is the last shelf on this bookshelf. So I have Ink by Alice Broadway, Flipped by Wendelin Van Dranen, Joyride by Anna Banks, Second Helpings by Megan McCafferty, Sloppy First by Megan McCafferty, Unspoken by Sarah Rees Brennan, Untold, and Unmade. I have The Collector by Victoria Scott. I have Proxy by Alex London, The Cage by Megan Shepherd, The Demon Trapper's Daughter by Jana Oliver, Vampire Diaries by L.J. Smith, also The Vampire Diaries by L.J. Smith, and The Traveler by Ellie Delano. So these are the books behind it. The Key to Rondo by Emily Rada, Foretold by a bunch of authors, Birthmarked by Kara O'Brien, Unbroken by Paula Morris, Ruined by Paula Morris, The Best Ghost Stories Ever, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey, Hell Island by Matthew Reilly, 50 Soccer Skills, these are just cards, Cruel by Jennifer Albin, The 7 Rays by Jessica Bendinger, Da Vinci's Tiger by L.M. Elliott, Dueled by Elsie Chapman. So for this shelf, just on top I have my grad hat, some paintings, a glass for some reason, and we'll get started. So I have The Alchemist by Michael Scott, The Magician, The Sorceress, and The Necromancer, The Darkest Part of the Forest, Holly Black, Leviathan by Scott Westerfeld, Behemoth, Ever the Hunted by Aaron Summerhill, As Old as Time by Liz Braswell, Lost in a Book, Jennifer Donnelly, Scythe by Neil Shusterman, A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline Langle, 1,000 Nights by E.K. Johnston, Beauty by Sarah Pinborough, Charm, Seeker by Arwen L. Staten, Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater, Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire, Remade by a bunch of authors, The 100th Queen by Emily R. King, Red Rising by Pierce Brown, Reflection by Elizabeth Lim, Inkheart by Cornelia Funk, and Inkspell, Kalahari by Jessica Khoury, and oh god, I also have my BookCon pass here, Origin by Jessica Khoury. I have a few books behind on this shelf, so I have Dark Mirror by M.J. Putney, Trouble is a Friend of Mine by Stephanie Tromley, Minders by Michael Jaffe, Spellbound by Carolyn Schultz, H2O by Virginia Bergen, On the Edge of the Gone by Corinne Duvis, Three Dark Crowns by Kendra Blake, Ken Dare Blake. This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. The Last Boy and Girl in the World by Siobhan Vivian. Embrace by Jessica Shervington. So the next shelf, so on top I just have some travel guides, mostly to Ireland. The Valiant by Leslie Livingston. The Last Namsara by Kristen Cicerelli. The Maze Runner by James Dashner. Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. Ignite Me. Splintered by A.G. Howard. Born at Midnight by C.C. Hunter. Awake at Dawn. Taken at Dusk. Meet Cute, which is by a bunch of authors. Cursed by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Invitation to the Game by Monica Hughes. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. Delirium by Lauren Oliver. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. Black Hearts by Nicole Castronim. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Broken Skies by Teresa Kay. The Viral Series by Kathy Reichs. Seizure, Code, Exposure, and Terminal. So behind the shelf I have a few more. The Serpent King by Jeff Zentner. Nil by Lynn Matson. Or Archie Comics. Paranormalcy by Kirsten White. Hemlock by Kathleen Peacock. Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. Chain Letter by Christopher Pike. Soul Screamers by Rachel Vincent. So this one has the 3 books, My Soul to Lose, My Soul to Take, and My Soul to Save. And I have another copy of Ink somehow. I wasn't aware of it, and yep, that's what happened. Starborn by Lucy Hounsome. So this shelf on the top I have Rage by Cora Carmack, which the first book of Roar is in Vancouver. No Good Deed by Kara Connolly, and I've read it. I have no idea whose bookmark that is in it. Nexus by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I have The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. Alienated by Melissa Landers. Invaded. Everland by Wendy Spinelli. The Great Hunt by Wendy Higgins. The Novice by Taryn Mathariu. The Host by Stephanie Myers. Angel Fall by Susan E. World After. And End of Days. I just have this graphic novel called The Wrong Rights. Unearthed by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I Am Number 4 by Pitahis Lore. The Power of Six. Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. Through the Ever Night. Into the Still Blue. Dune by Carrie Corp and Lori Langdon. And Destined for Dune. Die for Me by Amy Plum. And Until I Die. And Carry of the Mark by Leigh Fallon. So behind that shelf I have Once Every Never by Leslie Livingston. Now and For Never. Every Never After. Cruel Prince by Holly Black. An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. The Program by Suzanne Young. The Neverland Wars by Audrey Greathouse. Article 5 by Kristen Simmons. Earthbound by Aprilyn Pike. Temptation of Angels by Michelle Zink. A Trick of the Light by Louise Penny. Reboot by Amy Tintera. My Soul to Take by Rachel Vincent. The Ward by Jordana Frankel. The Finisher by David Baldacci. Defiance by CJ Redwine. So my next shelf on top I have another copy of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Under the Dome Part 1 by Stephen King and Part 2. Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. And A Court of Frost and Starlight. Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott. Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. New Moon. Eclipse. I have 3 Night World bind-ups with 3 books in each of them. Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. Pretties. Frostblood by Ellie Blake. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. A Court of Mist and Fury. And A Court of Wings and Ruin. Of Little Woman. A Little Princess. Black Beauty. The Secret Garden. And Anne of Green Gables. I have The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. Speak by Laurie Hulse Anderson. The Help by Catherine Stockett. Daughter of Deep Silence by Carrie Ryan. And then behind we have Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. Demon Glass and Spellbound. And Doomed by Tracy Deebs. So on my last shelf I have just a lot of photo albums and then my pile of books that are on my TBR pile. So on my TBR pile I have Beyond Birth and Death. Someone just gifted this to me when I was in New York. No. Salt and Storm by Kendall Culper. Alice Takes Back Wonderland by David D. Hammonds. Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. Polaris by Mindy Arnett and Avalon. Black Hole Sun by David McGinnis Gill. A Madness So Discreet by Mindy McGinnis. Otherworld by Jason Segel and Kirsten Miller. And Artemis by Andy Weir. So that was part 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I tallied up all the books on my shelf, so I have 420 books on all the shelves. Probably give or take a few. I find I'm missing a few that I swear were here and I'm not 100% sure where they are. So hopefully they'll turn up, but 420, that's about where I'm at right now. Part 2 will be coming for this video. Let me know down below if you saw any of your favorite books or if you have any suggestions based on the books I have. I'm always looking for that. And hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye!